The knowledge about Kundalini has been expressed in many Sanskrit Shastras since long, and also in Ayurveda. It is described. Not only that, but the books which are for curriculum talk about Kundalini and the chakras. Because Ayurveda is very, very close to Sahaja Yoga. Even in the Western medicine to begin with, if you see the history, they too dealt with three doshas. They dealt with three problems that we have as in Ayurveda. The right side, which has got pitta, means bile. Left side, which has got kapha, means phlegm. And the central part, the problems of vayu, means the gases. Now, luckily, so many Western people have taken to Sahaja Yoga and have tried to bring down all the permutations and combinations to the simple reasoning of left, right, and center. But the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga is absolutely basics. Even Ayurveda is one step away from reality, or we should say the fundamentals. So you are dealing with the fundamentals of which a human being is built. And if this knowledge was found out long time back in India, should we not accept it? The reason why people went into meditation in those days and found out all these deeper things within ourselves, because they didn't have to fight the nature. You have seen here nature, how beautiful it is. You can spend all your life under a tree. While in the West, even before getting out of the house, you have to take at least 15 to 20 minutes to be prepared to go out. It's quite a struggle. So the nature has been so kind, and that is the reason people took to meditation and found out all these deeper things within themselves. When they found it out, it was all written in Sanskrit language. I have such a big thick book on this, which has described all the Shakti, Pithas and all the Shri Chakras, Brahma Chakra, Lalita Chakras and all that. But this was just written down, but hardly any person got realization. But in any other language, like Marathi or Hindi, which was spoken and written by common people, nothing was done. Nobody knew about it. Only a few people who read about it, especially the Shaivas, they went into the research and they went into the work. But very few people really got realization. Very, very few. Then in the 12th century, only the Nath Panthis, who were experts of Sanskrit, who were following it rigidly, that one master should have one disciple, not more than that. This was their tradition. But in the 12th century, Jnanadeva, Jnaneshwara, who was another Nath Panthi, his guru was his own brother, he asked the permission from his brother that please allow me to say all these things openly. at least to say, in Marathi language. Because the common people don't know anything about this knowledge. So he allowed him, and he wrote the sixth chapter of Ganeshwari, in which he described Kundalini. But it was in the 12th century. After that, many saints talked about it. Where we went yesterday to Satara, that's the place where Sri Ramadasa lived. He said that Kundalini, somebody asked how much time does it take to raise the Kundalini. He said that kshana means that moment. But the person who wants to take it should be deserving, and the one who wants to give should be capable. It's a big condition. This is such a big if, capital if actually. As a result, very, very few people got their realization. And those who were born as realized soul found it impossible to talk to people. Ganeshwara, such an enlightened soul himself, wrote one beautiful book called Amrutanubhava, which I will try to translate, which is very joy-giving. To me at least it's very great joy-giving. He went so deep into the understanding of this joy. I wish English language would provide me that subtlety to translate that book. That he wrote all these things when he was only 23 years of age. And at the age of 23 years, he got so fed up that he took a living samadhi. That is, he entered into a cave and killed himself. They all tortured him very much. Nowadays, this Andhashraddha, stupid thing, has not tortured us much. But all these saints in this country or any country have been very much tortured. And there was no police protection. There was no one to publish about what these people are up to. Despite all that, I find there are many Sahajogis who are now occupying very big positions in the government. And a day may come when everything will explode. The biggest problem of our country is something you cannot understand, because you don't have this problem there. The amount of corruption we have from A to Z for everything, that you cannot understand. I mean, I've never known any country where they have to such an extent. Even, say, in Philippines, it was only one person who was doing it. Here, every person has to get the money and has to pay the money to hire Johnnies. For this also, unless and until you get to Sahaja, it won't work out. And Sahaja can only be worked out if people understand that it is their heritage and that they have the capacity to understand Sahaja and capability to spread it. In North India it is much better, though the vibrations in Maharashtra are much better. It's something funny. Vibrations in Maharashtra is very good. The people in the North India are very good Sahajogis, and there are many, many, many in number. We can't say, even in Bombay we get about 12,000 people for my programs. But still, the way it is spreading in the North India is very surprising. Also, it is spreading. This is Satara, because it was blessed by Ramdasa, this district. I think everywhere there is a flower, there has to be thorns. And this district has got some really very bad culprits. Ahmednagar is much better. Aurangabad, we are doing much better. It will work out in Aurangabad much better. And then if you go to the other side, Berar, from where I come, it's going to work out very fast. Things are moving very fast there. I was amazed. So many people have told me that in Amravati so many are Sajogis, in Akola so many are there. And I was surprised. I have never been. So that is how it is spreading in Maharashtra. So your song of Maharashtra Desha is working out. It's not failing. But I think Satara is the most difficult place where we worked out. Yesterday I gave them left and right as to what they are. It has helped them a lot because those who came to oppose sat down and got their realization. So they are misleading people to start some sort of a new culture, like you started hippism. And they are collecting young people. The young people are leaving their schools. Some parents came and complained to me about it. They are not paying attention to their studies. They are failing in their classes. And these people are stupidly using them. I asked some of the boys, what is your policy? He said, we have no policy. Then what is your aim? We have no aim. Then why are you doing this nonsense? They said, because whatever the elders tell us, we do it. I said, have you no personality, nothing? This exactly happened when this hippie movement started. Some so-called intellectuals started this horrible hippie movement in the West. And when they found they cannot do anything about it, they found it's going to fail. So many children lost their education. So many children I know became pregnant girls and boys started squatting. All that took them to the extreme that they became violent. But unless and until there is a change within yourself, how can you change anything outside? You cannot.